or Okyogun 96.3 FM, or you might be one of our wonderful special online audience tuning in via facebook.com/Oluyole 98.5 FM, or Twitter at Oluyole FM. On those two feedback channels, we are streaming live as we speak right now. So go on Facebook under the live stream, drop your comments. Go on Twitter, drop your comments, and also check us out on Instagram at Oluyole 98.5 FM, Radio Garden, and of course Mixlr. That's an online radio platform, mixlr.com/Oluyole FM. Our website remains the same, www.bcos.tv. I'll take that again, /listen. Anyway, www.bcos.tv/listen. So you get to listen to this program audio only via our website. Once again, you are welcome. Today is the 24th day of the 8th month. That's the month of August, year 2020. It's a special day. It's a good day to be alive in a part of the world. Today is Knife Day. Knife, Obe. That's one of the one of the most loyal, partners or compatriots, or that has been with man since the beginning of days. A knife is just
depending on how you use it.
Now that's a choice. That's a choice. But the knife is always essential. How you use it, another thing. There's this effigy in the UK that they use knives, different knives that was gotten from criminals. So they are made like an angel. Somewhere in the UK. So today is Knife Day, and somewhere also in the world today is Strange Music Day.
Strange
Music Day. International Strange Music Day. So you want to ask yourself, what constitutes strange music, right?
Well, that's the big question.
Well, it depends on the kind of music you choose to listen to.
Vulgar music.
All right. You decide. You're the listener. You decide what's strange to you. We go straight to the papers. I have a copy of the Punch newspaper.
And I have a copy of the Nigerian Tribune.
It's kind of bulky this morning. APC interim panel compiles errant members list to propose expulsion. The writer, caretaker committee writes 2 letters on withdrawal of cases to state chapters. Reconciliation, APC dumps Akande-led panel, opts for fresh committees.
All right. Edo Ondo PDP fret over Kogi APC Bello supporters' influence. PDP is hallucinating, says Edo APC. Leave Bello out of your problems, says Kogi government. All this on page 24 of the Nigerian Tribune.
And we have right here on the front page of the Punch newspaper, power sector loses 468.4 billion naira as each is stalled 33,122 megawatts. That's on page 25 of the Punch newspaper.
However, NNPC generates $4.60 billion revenue from crude oil gas export in 1 year. That's on page 6 of
NLNG is a good business. I mean, that's one business that has, thus far, since their inception, they've been doing well. They are not like their elder brother.
But there's so much potential to generate wealth in this country. So much wealth around us, yet
we are too rich to be poor.
No, yet
just too rich to be poor. Well, we hope the bug that beats NNPC will eventually bite NLNG, because it's been good news thus far from NLNG. It's been good news thus far.
Good news. What about the effect on the masses, on the populace? We are really feeling the effects of such good news, of such good tidings coming from this sector.
That's another story entirely.
So that's why I said it's a sad commentary. It's like a worker, collecting a salary at the end of each month, and the worker is wasteful, and he starts crying and starts shedding tears because he knows that at the end of the day that salary, though bulky, will not be able to do the needful with it, and he has the disease, this penchant to be wasteful, to be a spendthrift. So that paints the picture of Nigeria.
It does. It does. We owe contractors 336 billion naira. That's what we were saying, says Fashola. We owe contractors 336 billion naira, says Fashola. That's on page 26 of the Punch newspaper.
Water resources bill. Lawmaker says it is dead on arrival. States will reject the bill, says Bila. It's not with us, says Senate. And the Speaker has no special interest. That's the aid to the Speaker of the House of Representatives. Page 26 of the Nigerian Tribune.
All right. Bandits killed 1,126 Nigerian villagers in 6 months. Amnesty International. Page 40 of the Punch newspaper. That's 1,126 souls.
I guess Elijah Mohammed might come up and say it's exaggerated.
Okay.
But the fact remains that there is a problem, a national security problem.
Clearly.
I also have that story as the banner headline of the Nigerian Tribune. 1,126 killed, 380 abducted in 7 northern states. That's Amnesty International. Page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune. And there's the cancer that may well begin to spread to the rest. Well, it has begun to spread to the rest of the country, if you ask me. It won't be just about the northern states any longer. If we all don't do the needful, it's not about just the government now. It's a challenge we all must rise up to. Talking about the need to face the challenge of insecurity in this country.
Wow. We might not have had the last about the disinvitation, if I can use that word, of the Kaduna State Governor Malam Nasir El-Rufai by the NBA to speak at the National Convention. El-Rufai, Ikeja, Kano, Port Harcourt, other branches shan call to boycott NBA confab. Page 2 of the Punch newspaper. I said even Kaduna NBA has not said anything. It's Molan that is in Kaduna that is talking. No. That's his own state too.
And the Shiites in Kaduna, they've also been talking there.
Well, talking about Shiites, I'm still looking for that headline. It was bloody yesterday. Face off between the Shiites of IMN and the police.
Well, there was also something between the police and the IPOB as well.
Aha, that one made the news early yesterday.
The Shiites are also backing the withdrawal of the invitation to El-Rufai to attend the NBA conference for obvious reasons.
Of course they will. Of course they will. You can trust them. They will definitely do that. They will most likely do that. Talking about the IPOB, police, DSS, IPOB clash give conflicting casualty figures. Police killed 21 members, arrested 47, alleges IPOB. 4 persons died in the confrontation, says police. That's on page 18 of the Punch newspaper.
And we're still talking about El-Rufai's withdrawn invitation. NBA missed opportunity to interrogate El-Rufai, says Sanusi.
Oh, his best friend.
The former emir of Kano. A picture speak here shows them.
I went to pay him a visit yesterday.
In Kaduna.
Remember when the battled former emir, when he was deposed? His friend was right there.
He was there for him.
Went to arrange his exit from that place to Lagos, where he has been living all this while. And
that's what friends are for.
In times of trouble, you show up. So he went to visit him in Kaduna, of course, for some other things too. Well, two good friends. There are times you need a friend like from of
course, aside from whatever took the former emir to Kaduna, this is also a time to show that I stand with you.
Definitely, and I think that's what he's doing. Which, I mean, that's some level of loyalty right there. All right, 2 jolly good friends. All the best. All right. Picture speak on the front page of the Punch newspaper today. Boyede to play the song. Yes, some people are wondering, stand up for the child on a Monday morning. Yes, yes, it's a sports story, but it's an international story. Bayern Munich rule Europe. PSG 1-0 in final. They took 1-0 Champions League finals. They are the champions of Europe, the Bayern Munich, all the way from Germany.
Right on the crest of Europe.
So they are the champions right now. If you are standing up for anybody, it's for Bayern Munich. All right. So you have Oyo community farmers lament destruction of farms by herdsmen. Page 8 of the Punch newspaper.
Some encouraging news here. Police rearrest Shodipe, suspected Ibadan serial killer.
I'm telling you, that was the best news I heard yesterday. Best news.
Very encouraging.
Well, some politics, right? APC in clean sweep of Ondo local government poll. And APC PDP clash over state contribution to Edo refinery. Page 19 of the Punch newspaper. Edo Ondo politics right there.
Salami panel cannot submit interim report without hearing from Magu, says lawyer. That's on page 8 of the Nigerian Tribune.
It's not a court. They can decide to submit anything. It's an inquiry. So it's their words. It's not court that you have fair hearing. Okay, yes, there must be fair hearing into also in an inquiry, but they don't have to wait for you.
but has anyone been challenging any of the activities of this panel in court, especially?
I was expecting Magu himself or any of his lawyers to proceed to court, but up till now, not one single court case. Not one. So, and that in a way wants to tell people like Dayo to be careful in what we say. Because
actually,
even if the man himself is not thinking in that direction.
Actually, well, a lot of things could be hidden from the public glare, but thinking as a layman now, I would think that going to court would be a strategy to actually stall proceedings of that panel on the part of Magu.
Even to prove himself innocent, if you ask me. So, I mean, that's beginning to tell me that I hope there's nothing else going on. And that's why I said I might need to just be careful here. Or else one might have to eat his words eventually when you discover it's not what you think. So until we see the report of that panel, I think it's better to just stay safe.
Of course, the major issue in the report is that Magu must go.
It's clear. That one we know. We know that one. It's pretty clear. Pretty clear. Well, 8 Lagos naval ratings torture peacemaker to death. Guess over how much? 250 naira. Pages 4 and 5 of the Punch newspaper.
Well, they didn't know he would die. They didn't expect that he would die, actually. The torture was kind of, maybe it was too much for the victim. Unfortunately, he passed on in their hands. Another case of brutality, brazen brutality, clearly. Abuse of the law in the hands of
outright brutality. 250 naira.
250 naira.
Maybe they've wanted to deal with him before, so it was an opportunity to carry out whatever that was in their mind all along.
When security agents, when they carry out this kind of brutality, they don't seem to remember that this country is no longer what it used to be. People are no longer as healthy as they used to be.
That's it. Fact.
So by the time you start torturing someone who probably hasn't had a good breakfast, hasn't had a good meal in a long time.
Just a good breakfast or no breakfast.
Or no.
I mean, one has to be careful these days. Really, really careful.
Closure of Nigerian shops. Ghana has endorsed xenophobia, says Abaribi.
So Ghana has joined the league now with South Africa. Very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. Well, Sanusi visits Kaduna, knocks MBA for withdrawing El-Rufai's invitation. A story took a while ago. So right here on page 40 of the Punch newspaper.
CSE on Kama law. Religious bodies should stop being registered. Associations if, and PFN says revoke it now. Page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune.
I'm talking about the arrest of the alleged serial killer. We let police to rearrest Oyo serial killer in grandma's residence, says Ontas. Page 18 of the Punch newspaper. I promise to take that story.
We work with grandma all the while.
Our grandma. Well, not our grandma here. Before some people start saying his own grandma.
Not grandma for
so the place grandma. That is well, okay. Just take some stories before we go to the sports scene. 440 million naira debt. Amcon takes over for particular enterprises. Okay, please get our money back. Get our money back.
I'll be going to Oxford for a year. I guess so. Former Emir Sadusi
is going back to school.
Has it been ready enough for? I thought they said the excess of everything.
He's doing nothing now. Let him go and use the opportunity to upgrade his knowledge.
Yoruba will say, "But you don't go." Has it ready enough already?
He wants more. There's no crime against getting more. After all, he's no longer king. He doesn't have it. So why not maximize the gap here, as it were? So yeah, I think I'm with him. Just yeah, I know that. Maximize your time, your free period.
Yeah, Baba Sonjo also went back.
So please let our emir, the former emir now, let him enjoy his time off. I think he's a bookworm. He enjoys it. One of these prized possessions was his library, that back then in the palace. Okay, Obasek inaugurated the link roads, others, and we have COVID-19. Shell launches feeding program. Okay, that's on page 34 of the Punch newspaper.
More crime stories from crime page of the Nigerian Tribune. 3 arrested for allegedly killing Chief Imam's wife in Kogi. And our South Cardinal killings, fish out, disarm, and over perpetrators. ECWA tells troops.
All right, still right here on page 35 of the Punch. Roads. Senator seeks 500 billion naira annual budget for FEMA, Federal Emergency Road Maintenance. Okay.
And also we have a give attention to Ogumosho, Ilorin, Ibadan, Oyo Road. Oisa boss tells farmer.
Okay.
29 of the Nigerian Tribune.
If they get the right money, they should be able to do that. ASU strike continues until federal government addresses our demands. People have even forgotten because schools are, shut. So nobody's even thinking about that. But I think they should solve that problem, like right now.
Because that's going to be the plug now. If indeed schools were to resume anytime soon.
By the way, your state tertiary institutions are already planning to resume. I read a report that the senior staffs in the Polytechnic Ibadan have been told to resume today.
And put machinery in place for the resumption, which could happen anytime soon.
Wow. So ASU, please, do the right thing with the federal government. Let's see. So you shouldn't be the reason why students should not be. I understand there will be staggering resumption too. So please, ASU members, I know some are listening. Get across to, and please do the right thing. We shouldn't proceed or continue with ASU strike after COVID-19. No, we should not.
At least that should be ASU's, no matter the grievances, that should be ASU's own way of giving their own palliatives. That should be ASU's own way of contributing of making a sacrifice. Then we can begin to address these issues later.
Exactly. So, well, withdraw assent to Kama, Serap PFN urge Buhari. That's on page 40 of the Punch newspaper.
We're good to go for sports.
Just before sports, I did not steal 700 million naira fund, so I can't return it. That's the APC Guba candidate in Edo State. Pastor Ize Yamu say he did not steal 700 million, I beg your pardon, and so he has nothing to return. We'll do for a commercial break. Let's quickly go on that. But when we come back, we'll take sports stories and we continue with the show. Don't go anywhere.
ṣé ọ̀nà fún àyà tàbí inú rẹ̀ ń gbóná ni inú rẹ̀ ń dàrú Andrews liver salt ń gbógun ti inú kíkún àti àyà títa ní wàrà ń ṣẹ̀ṣà tí àyípadà kò bá sí lẹ́yìn ọjọ́ méjì lọ rí dókítà rẹ o.
Conversation with Dayo and Tola.
So glad to know you're there. It's the conversation with Dayo and Tola. It's the Monday edition, the 24th of August 2020. We go straight to sports stories. Bayern rule Europe. PSG 1-0 in final.
And COVID-19 has devalued US Open, says Serena Williams.
Yeah.
Balogun and Eagles recall, says Raw. And COVID-19, Ghana playing safe ahead clash with Nigeria.
Okay, 1 year in office, athletes laud the sport ministers talent and rehabilitation initiatives. Joshua backs White to bounce back. Sick Nigerian coaches to benefit from relief funds. And we have Napoli to change pattern for Osimhen. That's we also have it's time to dump old administrators for new faces. That's Fatima Olukoju. Onazi won't join Red Star Belgrade, says agent. Babalade laments missing CAF Champions League glory with 3SC. And you have Eagles roundup. Eleke triumph over Okereke Idu sent off. I almost joined Celta Figo, says Deserts. And we have ex-Falcons coach Yusuf dies in Oshogbo. Aribo happy with Lodrop. Fletcher praises. That's about that on pages 45 and 46 of the Punch newspaper. Sport pages there.
Nigeria or England choosing for Saka. That's on page 30 of the Nigerian Tribune.
Bukayo Saka.
The Champions League more exciting with final 8, says UEFA president. And 3 EPL players test positive. I was talking about COVID-19. Sports page of the Nigerian Tribune this morning.
Right. Time check 6:53 a.m. Destination time 7:30 a.m. It's the conversation with Dayo and Tola. We go straight to the myth of the news. Okay. Bandits kill 1,126 Nigerian villagers in 6 months, claims Amnesty International. There are some stories you read and you ask yourself, what is the value of human life in Nigeria today? Global rights group Amnesty International says bandits killed 1,126 villagers in Nigeria between January and June 2020. The organization said most affected villages were in southern Kaduna. Wow. Where armed men killed at least 366 people in multiple attacks between January and July. The Amnesty International said this in a report signed by its director Osai Ojigo on Sunday. The organization said it interviewed civilians in Kaduna, Katsina, Niger, Plateau, Sokoto, Taraba and Zamfara states who said they lived in fear of attacks and abduction as insecurity escalated in the rural areas. Quoting him, the Nigerian authorities have left the rural communities at the mercy of rampaging gunmen who have killed at least 1,126 people in the north of the country since January, the report stated. Amnesty pointed out that many of those interviewed described how security forces often arrived hours after attacks had ended, even when officers had been given information about impending attacks. During one attack in Ungwan Magaji in Kaduna State, security forces arrived at the scene but left when they saw the sophisticated ammunition the attackers were using. Wow. By the time they returned, at least 17 people had been killed. Bandits killed 1,126 Nigerian villagers in 6 months in 2020. Amnesty International.
You know, while I'm not cutting any slack for organizations like the IPOB and the Shiites in Kaduna, while I'm not supporting any group here, but I always wonder, I mean, how the Nigerian security services always seem to find their leverage when it comes to responding to issues that have to do with such groups. The ferocity of the response when it comes to IPOB, when it comes to dealing with the Shiites and other such groups across the country. We talk about them revolution now. And talking about the IPOB, for instance, yesterday, see the swiftness with which the police responded, the DSS, just because they were holding a meeting somewhere. And when the real potent threat actually comes up, the security agencies appear helpless. Unfortunately. And you begin to wonder where killings are going on. And hardly do you hear of anybody being arrested when these things happen. The big question again, the arms and ammunition, the state-of-the-art arms and ammunition, where do they come from? These are heavy equipment.
Our president, who at Nassau Rock, asked that same question.
So if the president doesn't know, then these guys...
Who will know? You know, but we need to do something about this. 1,126 is not a joke. It's not a joke.
And that's still talking about the records.
Exactly, that we have, those that are on records. Well, we cannot but just keep calling on the security agencies. Please do better. Please do better. And of course, government, the political will, cross-board, federal government, state government, please support security agencies to do the needful.
And of course, we must look within the security services too to flush out the bad eggs, maybe encouraging these things. Remember the Wadume case? Remember so much scandal that was uprooted, that was brought to the fore in the case of Wadume, the suspected kidnap kingpin. All right, I'll take this story. CAC to churches, others get dissolved as registered associations if you don't like Kama law. Wow. The Corporate Affairs Commission, CAC, has told churches, other religious bodies, and non-governmental charitable organizations that they are free to dissolve as registered associations if they are not comfortable with the newly signed Company and Allied Act, Kama 2020. Speaking in Abuja at the weekend, Registrar General of CAC, Alhaji Garba Abubakar, said it was not mandatory for associations to be registered before they could operate. He said, unlike businesses that the law is saying must register mandatorily if carrying out businesses using names rather than surname or full names, the law says you must register, but for associations, you don't necessarily have to register. Anybody who feels it does not want to come within regulatory oversight, if you feel your members will agree with you to run the association and they make donations individually, you don't have to register with CAC. But as long as you register, because it is not a business, there are a lot of physical exemptions granted associations, and government should be interested in how these organizations are run and whether the income and property are being utilized for the objectives enshrined in the constitution of the associations. CAC to churches, others get dissolved as registered associations if you don't like Kama law.
Take it or drop it. That's what I read there. I mean, if you are not comfortable,
but no,
feel free to deregister yourself.
But I wonder in particular who is interested in steering the honest nest when it comes to that law, as particularly as affects the issue of religion. And honestly, the CAC has made some explanations there, but I still query the brazen and undemocratic sense of impunity with which the federal government responds to issues. I mean, it gets you baffled. One would have expected, I mean, if not a roundtable talk with all those involved, one would have expected a comprehensive, detailed, and persuasive explanation as to why the Kama law is imperative, especially as it applies to churches and other religious organizations. Now, no one is now telling them to stop getting registered or be deregistered is like telling them to stop operating altogether. And honestly, I think the people of this country have enough to chew already without stirring up another unnecessary controversy in this direction. And the federal government that wants to fight corruption in religious organizations, as the government already solved the problem of high-level corruption within its own circles.
Have we? Well, it's obvious. You just mentioned something that is key. Passing across information, engaging the citizenry. It does not have to be like this.
You don't have to talk down.
Exactly. They put you there. Whatever decision or policy you are making is supposed to be for the people, I believe. I mean, you're supposed to make the law for the people. Laws are made by men. So it shouldn't be the laws now undoing men. I think there's a way you approach things that even those who are protesting will say, okay, let's come to the table and discuss this. It appears to me, I said, take it or drop it. It's like we are not willing to negotiate these things. And do not forget, one other major issue came out of the common law during the weekend. There was this should I call it draconian law that was promulgated at a particular point in time against the NGOs about a year or two ago, and that they will be monitoring NGOs and all that, but they kicked against it. It was shut down after a particular, they decided to have sessions, public hearings. The NGOs mobilized themselves there, and that bill was shut down. That particular bill, the main paragraphs in that particular bill, found its way into the common law. Copy and paste, and that's why you see, organizations like SERAP and coalitions of NGOs coming out and say, we shut this thing down. Who smuggled it into? So when you see things like that, it's as if somebody somewhere has a plan and is trying to utilize whatever avenue they can to get their desires done. And it tells you, and to an extent it seems to confirm certain fears from certain quarters. I share that fear too. Distrusts between the governed and government. People don't trust government enough to say, okay, we'll allow you regulate. Because Tola and I can just say something today now, and tomorrow say, hey, you people, that your NGO that you started. It's like we want to start investigating you. Remove all the committee members. We'll nominate one Sule from Sokoto and Tukudi from Mbase local government. Go and take over Dayo and Tola. And you begin to wonder, what do these guys know about this? Before you know, those ones come and begin to make decisions, and if you are not careful, they shut down the whole operation. And that's the fear of most NGO. It's not, well, some people say maybe they don't want them to check their books. Really? There's EFCC now. Write a petition against anybody. You are government. If you want to handle anybody, you know how to handle the person.
And of course, the courts are there.
So this method of just kicking people out of and that's really, that paragraph is where I have issues. The whole common law is not everything that is bad. I still believe it's still over 60% good, my opinion here. Okay, but you see that portion of that you can just decide to no.
And these things being rolled out within a compact space of the same time frame.
Are you expected to just accept it hook, line and sinker?
The 8-speech bill recently.
Of course.
And now this.
You can almost connect the dots and...
so talking about fears and suspicions, of course,
well, police IPOB conflicting casualty figures in Enugu bloody clash. We've spoken about this already. No fewer than 10 persons were killed on Sunday in Emene, in the Enugu East local government area of Enugu State, when policemen, operatives of the Department of State Services and members of the indigenous people of Biafra clashed. The clash threw Emene and its environs into confusion and disrupted church services as worshippers ran helter-skelter to escape being caught in the crossfire. It was gathered that trouble started around 7 a.m. when some DSS operatives and policemen stormed practicing school, where the members of IPOB were observing their Jewish prayers, and started to arrest them. Eyewitness said attempt by IPOB members to resist the arrest led to the shooting, which one IPOB member was initially killed and others injured. Well, you have conflicting casualty figures. The police said 4 persons died. The confrontation, IPOB said 21 of their members were killed and 47 arrested. Who do we believe? Same yesterday, 3 Shiites killed by police in Kaduna. Really? 3 Shiites killed by police in Kaduna, alleges IMN. The Islamic movement in Nigeria, otherwise known as Shiites, has alleged that 3 of its members were gunned down by the police in Kaduna State. It claimed on Sunday that the killing happened on Saturday evening when the Islamic group clashed with security agents during its Ashura morning session in the state. The President Media Forum of the IMN, Ibrahim Musa, alleged that a combined team of armed police and thugs attacked the Shiite members. So this allegation is grave. Thugs working with policemen?
That's a very, very serious allegation.
All right. Both stories are on page 18 of the Punch newspaper.
Well, I think it brings out the use of rules of engagement again there. If you have to shut down, clamp down on these meetings by these organizations, do people have to die? Does it have to come to people? At what point do you... this is very pertinent.
But really, when did people holding meeting in a place now become a challenge? And people, Ashura is like their own work session where they pray or and do their whatever. You go there, you meet them, you kill some of them. They are alleging 3 people dead just like that. We just said 1,000 killed in villages in just one day now.
And what's wrong with them simply monitoring the activities of these groups?
Now you allow thugs, according to the IMN, taking their words down, they allege that certain thugs mixed with the police to kill 3 of their members. This can be avoided, Tola.
Well, like you said, it's their word, and let's hope the police will come out and tell us that is not true, that didn't actually happen.
Okay.
We will still hear the police version of the story, their own side of the story.
All right.
Of the story, water resources bill, a lawmaker says it's dead on arrival. States to reject the bill, says Bila. It's not with us, says Senate. And the Speaker has no special interest, says that's coming from the aide to the Speaker of the House of Representatives. Now, that bill had been on in the 8th Assembly, and it was shut down, if you could remember. Just that the bill, though passed by the 8th Assembly under Yakubu Dogara, it could not secure the concurrence of the Senate under Bukola Saraki and was ultimately denied the presidential assent. I'll quickly fast forward to what the bill is all about. The bill seeks to bring all water resources, surface and underground, and the banks of the water sources under the control of the federal government through its agencies to be established by the bill. And that's in a nutshell what the bill is all about. The federal government wanting to control even more resources than its controls already.
Control the waterways. I think Lagos was able to fight it for a while. How about the south where there's more water than land? So the federal government will come and I think they need to think about this bill properly before proceeding.
And this also brings up again the issue of restructuring and resource control.
Exactly. Come and control water. We know where there are more waterways in the country. We know now. We know which parts of the country has more waterways. Well, there should be a public hearing. So you expect people to do the right thing.
And the states are the cash cows that perpetually feed the big master.
Very, very unfortunate. Time check, 7:09 a.m. Destination time 7:30 a.m. It's Conversation with Dayo and Tola. You just tuning in. The phone line is open. 08055009850 08055009850. That's a number to join the conversation from wherever you are. You can also drop your comment on Facebook. I can see comments dropping. Keep them coming. Also via Twitter. Just if you're going to be using Twitter, please use hashtag conversation, or you mention Oluyole FM or my own Twitter under @emoji_dialogue. We will pick up your tweets and read to the world. We have a very first caller here.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Nice to have you, Prince.
God bless you abundantly this week.
Amen.
Now, firstly, I want to commend the effort of Nigeria police, particularly the Commissioner of Police in Oyo State, for their effort to arrest defense by different students. Then secondly, on the issue of Kama and this religious something, I want to advise the government to please leave these people apart. They are on their own. And you know what they are planning to do, God will not allow them. We all know their plans and we know where they are going. And anybody that wants to cause chaos and pandemonium in this country, the hands of God will be on them for bad. Because this religious something and Kama, they are different entirely. Kama has been existing for legal entities. This is non-government organization. They are non-trade organization. So I want to advise federal government to stop that thing.
All right, thank you so much, Prince Adrian. Let's make it 60 seconds maximum. You can do less than that, so we'll be able to take more people today. By the way, we should thank also the hunters that led the police, to arrest Shodipe. We'll go back to the phone line.
Hello, good morning.
You're on.
Hello.
Morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, that's Mr.
Nice to have you, Mr. Faladu.
I'm Faladu.
Nice to have you. Go ahead, sir.
People don't believe in government. Why can't you believe in government? Why do you have that when you don't have belief in them? The problem we have in this country is that we don't have that interest. This is what I said, what we have is personal interest. Not much of people in this country. Some will like it, some will not like it. I'm the son of a camel. So like some, like it has been stated during the military era. Church cannot pay tax. Automatically, they cannot pay tax. They want to have business pension as a church. You have to pay tax, please. It has to be regulated. Like industry. It has to be regulated. So a senior man has just said that anything you want like pastor, it should not be regulated. I don't think I'm supporting that. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Fagadu. Well, we've stated it earlier, sometimes last week, that we are for regulation. There's nothing stopping anybody from being regulating any establishment. But then when you can, begin to express some veto power to change leadership, I think there's some question mark on that. Someone else is here.
Hello, good morning.
Well, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Dayo, Tola. How was your weekend?
Fine, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, may God bless us.
Amen.
This is Mokada Abisa Kamarata calling from Ugumoso.
Nice to have you, sir.
Yeah, well done, my brother. I just want to commend the efforts of Oluyole State Police as they arrest two people. So may God bless them.
Amen.
God bless Nigeria.
Amen. All right. Thank you so much. We can do less than 60 seconds. Thank you so much, Mukada Misiaka Marafa from Gumosho. Someone else is here.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning,
sir.
Ishala from Okaka.
Nice to have you, Mr. Ishala. Go ahead.
Please, I want to comment on the issue of this banditry.
Okay.
In Nigeria, I think we don't have the proper planning, sir.
Wow.
If I must tell you, the way.
Oh, Mr. Ishala, that's from your hand, not from us. Yeah.
That's the call us back.
Ajao Ogunleke on Facebook saying well done. Orogbade Williams. Been a while. Your man. Good morning, Baba. Says the rumor that Akinyele notorious killer is apprehended again, I guess it is real. This is no longer a rumor. It's a fact. He has been rearrested. It's a fact. Adiola Sunday. Good morning, Tola and Dayo. On rearrest of Ibadan serial killers, kudos to Nigerian police for that rearrest. On MB and Erufa, it's a pity that some lawyers can still pick their tent with governor that doesn't obey court orders. For God's sake, where are we going in this country? Comrade Adiola Sunday from Shaki. Come on, now. Some people is stand like his friend. We'll go back to the phone line.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
So, what don't tell
Thank you, sir.
I'm Shibadile from Oluyole.
Nice to have you, sir.
As far as I'm concerned, I'm not. I don't want to greet the Commissioner of Police on it. It's the hunter that we want to appreciate.
Okay.
Because can the police arrest that boy? So, and I want the people to be correcting those who are saying Oyo killer. It's but the Akiyere killer, not Oyo. Oyo are many people.
Okay, sir.
So let them correct this. But the Akiyere killer, they are not killer in Barapa here.
Noted, sir.
So on the issue of Odo Post, that is in Bagwe. They said APC won every.
They swept the whole poll, local government election.
So only God will save this thing. Yeah. Good morning.
Thank you so much.
And the election is a selection, not the election.
Okay.
It's elected, not the election.
Your opinion, sir. Thank you so much. We'll do for another commercial break. Thank you so much, Ifadile. We'll go on that. When we're back, we'll take more calls. Don't go anywhere.
ṣé ọ̀nà fún àyà tàbí inú rẹ̀ ń gbóná ni inú rẹ̀ ń dàrú Andrews liver salt ń gbógun ti inú kíkún àti àyà títa ní wàrà ń ṣẹ̀ṣà tí àyípadà kò bá sí lẹ́yìn ọjọ́ méjì lọ rí dókítà rẹ o.
Conversation with Dayo and Tola.
So glad to know you're there. It's the conversation with Dayo and Tola is 7:15. We'll take more calls.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning,
sir.
Good morning. Morning, sir.
Good morning.
How are you?
We're very fine.
How's your family?
Thank you.
The issue of the Sunday that was rearrested. Kudos to this hunter, not to anything. Kudos to the hunter. The one that the people that released that boy. So, and about the law, the safety. The next time Baba Bonge talk about this, the plant is cannot do something. So they should not do it. The church should not do it. There's not a competence. Thank you.
All right. Your name and location again, sir?
Mr. Adibeko from Ugumoso.
Okay. Thank you so much. said Mr. Dedoko from Gomosho. The phone line is still open.
You know, talking about the arrest of Shodipe, I think what actually happened regarding the assistance from the hunters, I think that is the ideal.
That's
is
it. We should work together.
Collaborative efforts
That's it.
between the people and the police.
That is it.
It's perfectly normal. That's the way it should be.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
This is Haruna from Odoro, Gomosho.
Oh, nice to have you.
Mr. Giant, how was your night?
Oh,
Thank you.
Fine.
I continue to pray that God Almighty is your strength.
Man.
Amen.
Well, I want to comment on the rating that put a particular person to death because of 215 naira. You can see what we are saying in this country. If they want to recruit, they should recruit who are ready to serve this country. Not those because are they not receiving salary? That's my problem is that on this issue of corruption. Those that are doing that, they are the ones earning huge amount of salary. Why are they behaving like animals? Why?
Wow.
It's somehow so because of 215 naira, killing a particular person, a particular family. It's not good. God save this country and God bless your state. Mr. Janti, good morning once
thank
again.
you so much, we really appreciate you. We go to Twitter now. From Ladiola at Ladiola 007 on Twitter, he said, for bandits to have killed over 1,000 citizens within 6 months and no single arrest was made by security agents, this shows that lives means nothing to our leaders. May the Lord save us in this country. Also on Twitter, Olakunle Don at Olakunle_Don said Boko Haram is now looking to recruit from IDP camp. The displaced are now being enslaved. Well, I'm not sure I want to say what you just typed there. Let's stay on the positive side. I understand what you're feeling, but let's keep it that way. Shevilo Guade Ton Adegbite on Facebook, say, good morning, Mr. T&D. Concerning serial killer of Akinyele, he was not caught by police. He was caught by the help of man from Akure and head over to police at Elele. Okay, all right. Different versions. They led the police.
The local intelligence.
Exactly. Adeoti Kunle S is saying, good morning, Mr. DNT. The Nigerian police or state command should ensure that Sunday Shodiko is suspected serial killer should not escape again, or else we know. On Nigeria was in situation of security, economic, political, education, social life. I advise the president, Muhammadu Buhari. You're advising the president to resign. Okay, so who takes over? He says, in order not to rubbish his good name, Omagu, he should be given fair trial at the competent court of law. I think he should sue. What do you think, Mr. Adioti? All right. Thank you so much. We go back to the phone line.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
Yeah. Honorable Safaladi from Adawaye.
Nice to have you, sir.
Mr. Dayo and Tola. I wish you a nice day.
Thank you, sir.
On the issue of that particular Sunday Shodiko that was snapped again, I first of all commend the effort of Oyo State Hunter at Bodija in collaboration with the effort of Nigeria Police. That one department to be compensated. They must compensate them because if not because of them, they cannot rearrest that certain particular man. But I think using juju. That's that on that one. On the issue of insecurity and corruption in this country, to me, the way this government entered in 2015, they hired under the guise of corruption and insecurity that within the shortest period of time, they will fight corruption and they will finish anything Boko Haram or anything on that country. And as of now, if we put it on the aggregate now, at the time of Jonathan government, it was around 40%, but today now about 70%. And this very government again will be telling Nigeria that they are fighting corruption, they are fighting security. See what happened in Kaduna and some other places like that. And that's of Enugu. Where are we going?
All right. Thank you, Honorable.
The election in Lagos State now, I always say it on this program that we need to be careful in this country.
Thank you very much, sir.
We will see what will happen in Lagos State. If the government of the day, the real government at the federal level, knows that they will not win that election, you will see what will happen that day.
Thank you very much, Honorable.
God will save them and protect them on that day.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate your call. Thank you so much. Please, let's stay within 60 seconds. A lot of people are waiting. I'm not sure I can read all the comments on Facebook. We don't want violence. We gain nothing from it. Oluyole on Facebook say, good morning, Mr. DNT. Wow, knife. One of the survivor of human life concerning the rearrest of Sunday Shodikwe. I congratulate the hunter for the good job done. Where is our Nigerian police? They were involved though fully. Karma law in church. Mr. D, you have spoken well about the Karma law. Oh Gao, please, where are the Christians in the Senate? God will shut the mouth of those that did not want us to express our feelings. Okay, amen. Tunde Faokwala saying registration of churches or mosques should not be encouraged. No, registration is not a problem. It's they have issues with the exactly. Ever since the creation of world, before you and I and our forefathers, I've never heard of such. Good morning. Okay, we'll go back to the phone line.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, ma.
You need to see me. I'm doing Thanksgiving. This is Tola from
Of course.
Can you hear me?
Clearly, go ahead, ma.
All right, yeah, I'm hearing you faintly, but well, I want to thank God for the arrest of the fugitive Shodipe from Akinyele. We thank God that was possible, and we thank the people involved. Can you hear me, please?
Clearly, crystal clear. We are together.
Oh, okay. So we thank God for that. And concerning the NLG, we thank God at least an agency of government is doing something positive. Okay? And also, I don't want to waste all your time. About ASU, well, I want to suggest that we just look, let's just hold on and watch, okay? Because I remember even in the heat of COVID-19 then, you understand? These resident doctors, they have their own issues. And I know how you people were talking about it. So you know the kind of government we are dealing with, and you know sometimes it is still has to come in contact with still, and then one will bear for the other. So let people go about their issues the way they want to go about
all right.
it.
Thank you so much.
I just pray that we won't be hearing strange music today.
Well, music that you're not used to is strange music. Thank you so much, Dr. Adeola. He gave from Ogbomoso. Shemilo Adetun Adegbite on Facebook saying, good morning, Mr. T&D, concerning serial killer of Akinyele. Okay, he said discovered by help from Akura and head over to police. Okay, yes, we know that. Okay. Tunde Faokwala, we've taken your comment. Bolanle Are was saying, good morning, guys. The government using common religious organization. Anyway, it's good to bite fingers that feed you. Mobolaji Elijah Odun is saying, good morning, dear auntie. Where are our Amotekun? Are they not working again? Farmers are suffering in the hands of these herdsmen, and our government is saying the youth should return to farm. Is that what they are going to experience? Please, GSM, kickstart the Amotekun immediately. Elijah from Ilero. We'll take a couple more calls before we go.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
My name is Honorable Salami Abiodun Usman from Oji.
Nice to have you, sir.
On the issue of Karma law, I think I've said something on it the last time. What is happening, I don't know. If we are talking of corruption, and the government said they are going to fight corruption, corruption is not an easy thing to fight. That's really embedded in our system. So the government is doing their own to fight corruption at their level. And again, the other organizations like all these NGO need to be checked. So the law cannot be perfect 100%. There are some laws in this country that me personally I may not like, but the system said that to be the law, and I have nothing to do than to obey the law. The law has been made. Let our people obey the law. If they are, because of law operating, because of getting it done, if they are not finding it easy, they can go to court. But let the law be in place in the first place, and let people obey the law. And then if they have any issue with that law, they can easily go to court.
All right.
And God will now look at it and give us what to do and tell us what to do.
Thank you so much, Honorable.
Complaining. We should drop the law. The law is this, the law is that.
Thank you, Honorable
That law is not bad in entirety. If you look at it from the beginning, it's only one clause.
All right.
And the law cannot be perfect. That's why it's called law.
Thank you so much, Honorable Salam. We really appreciate you all the way from Oje. Thank you so much for your comments. We appreciate you. We'll be rounding up pretty early today. We have a commercial that will be taking at 7:28. So we will be taking our pretty much maybe one or two more calls before we're out of here.
30 seconds. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
My name is Emmanuel Sanjo Matoso. Yes, from Adoloju.
Okay.
You know about the Sada in Akiyele. We thank God from the strongest man Sunday that have been arrested. But my own advice is this: the boys should be kept under very strong warning now. They should not give any space to move. And the promise police make to those who arrest the guy, he pays to them. Yes, from Adoloju.
Noted. There was a bounty and he said 500,000 CSO. Trust you. You will remember. I'm sure they will get their money. Okay, let's pick our last call.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good
morning, sir.
Alaji Ailabogo is calling from Lanlade.
Thank you, sir. Briefly, sir.
The other day, I maintained my stand that we need not to throw the bad water with the child. We should not castigate the entire police. And that day I said I'm not their PRO. But those who are found guilty, who are found wanting, they should be dealt with. And that is my stand on that day.
Right.
Now, I've been vindicated. Now that they found the serial killer, I believe there's a new challenge to the police.
All right.
And not only that, the runaway killer, the police should learn from that.
All right.
Because they need to do their work effectively. And so that the public will not be saying bad word about them.
Thank you so much,
And
Alaji.
also,
We have to go. We have a paid commercial, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Alaji.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. Elik Bedera says Sunday rearrested on Sunday. It's a good thing. All right, till we come your way again tomorrow. I remain Oladayo Ogunbowale.
I'm Tola Teriba. Good morning.
Conversation with Dio and Tola.
98.5.
Oluyole 98.5.
Mikolo, my engine sounds like brand new. Is it not the same Mobile Super 1000 you used to service it?
Not the same Mobile Super 1000, but levels don't change.
Yes! Mobile Super 1000 XHP is now improved to meet the highest standard of quality APISN. So, whether you buy Mobile Super 1000 XHP, Mobile Super 2000 semi-synthetic, or even the new fully synthetic Mobile Super 3000, you are guaranteed the APISN perfection in every drop.
Make it mobile.
Ìyá mi Àyìnkẹ́ adájọ́ tí kì í fi gbá kan bọ̀ kan.
Ṣé wo mọ̀ yí pé apá ipò lẹ́yìn àgbà ọmọdé apá lẹ́yìn tiẹ̀ náà má yájú sẹ́gbọ́n rẹ̀ mọ́ o.
Olú alámọ̀ ní kọ̀rọ̀ yàrá kí n má bàa fi gbogbo owó jẹ wóróbo.
Àjàní kódà kéèyàn fọwọ́ mẹ́wẹ̀ẹ̀wá jẹun ná díẹ̀ fi díẹ̀ pamọ́ torí ọjọ́ ọ̀la ni.
Tí n bá rántí ẹ̀kọ́ nípa bá a ti múra lámúyẹ ẹ̀rín á sì pa mí títí.
Ewu ọmọ mi Àjàní bó ti wọ bàtà ọ̀tún sósì bí ẹni ń lo oko ọdẹ ó yá ọkọ mi tún bàtà rẹ wọ̀ dáadáa.
Fún àwọn òpómúlérò ìyá ẹ̀mí àbàtà tí mọ́dọ̀ ṣàn ní 3 crowns ìtọ́jú àwọn ìyá ṣe pàtàkì kí wọ́n lè tẹ̀síwájú ipa rere aláìlẹ́gbẹ́ tí wọ́n ń kó lórí ẹbí gbogbo.
3 crowns milk, healthy moms, happy families.
Oh yes! ITEL is giving away lots of amazing prizes in the ITEL Buy and Win promo. Buy any of the ITEL P36, S15, and A56 series smartphones, and you stand a chance of winning great prizes like smart TVs, washing machines, air conditioners, generators, and lots more. There's more. You also get an instant gift with every ITEL P36 smartphone you buy. Promo runs from the 10th of August to the 26th of September 2020. Terms and conditions apply. ITEL. Join. Enjoy.
Orí mi wú ọmọ mi ọkùnrin gbá bọ́ọ̀lù wọnú àwọn tí wọ́n fi gbégbá orókè nínú ìdíje bọ́ọ̀lù àfẹsẹ̀gbá àti ilé ẹ̀kọ́ wọn. Ọmọ mi obìnrin náà tún gba àmì ẹ̀yẹ nínú ìdíje ijó rẹ̀. Mo dúpẹ́ púpọ̀ lọ́wọ́ Indomie noodles tèmi nìkan fún oúnjẹ aṣaralóore pàtàkì fún àṣeyọrí ẹbí mi àti fífún àwọn ọmọ mi ní okun tí ó pé láti ṣe àṣeyọrí gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìfi ọkàn wọn. Èmi ò ní fi Indomie noodles mi rọ́pò ohunkóhun nílé ayé yìí.
Ẹ̀yin màmá ẹ jẹ́ kí àwọn ọmọ yín ṣe déédéé pẹ̀lú ìṣaralóore ti Indomie kí wọ́n bá lè jẹ́ ẹni tí ó dára jù nínú ohun gbogbo tí wọ́n bá ń ṣe.
Ẹ̀yin màmá kí lè dúró ṣe.
98.5.
Oluyole 98.5.
Good morning, sport fans. Good morning, Oyo State. Good morning, Ibadan. Good morning, Nigeria. Time check at 7:30. And you already know that it's sport time. This lovely Monday morning in the city of Ibadan. Good time to sport talk sports once again on your number one radio dial, the numero uno, the trailblazer, the best in the West. This is Oluyole 98.5 FM, and of course, Boluwa Jogmazia once again to bring you up to speed with all the happenings in the world of sports. You're the latest, the hottest, and of course, the juiciest news you can only get on this radio dial. Yes, let's kickstart from Portugal this morning. Yes, celebrating the champions of European football. We're crowned the champions of Europe just yesterday night. Let me take you back to Portugal for you to enjoy the final minutes of that particular encounter.
Who blows the full-time whistle? And Bayern Munich are champions of Europe for the 6th time. A team that's been an unstoppable scoring machine has capped a record-breaking season with the biggest trophy in club football. A great team full of great players are the champions of Europe, and the celebrations have begun here in Lisbon. Kingsley Coman, the match winner. It wasn't the classic we expected, but it was a well-worked Bayern Munich goal. Coman's header in the second half was enough for them tonight. And they will celebrate long into the night because Bayern Munich, Steve, are the champions of Europe again.
Yes, that was how it happened yesterday in Portugal as Bayern Munich. Yes, we're crowned the 2019-2020 UEFA Champions League winners for the year. Of course, after winning and of course edging past Paris Saint-Germain 1-0 in the finals in Lisbon yesterday, they are now the second European club to secure a second treble after Barcelona achieved it in 2015. Bayern first landed the treble in 2013. Former PSG player Kingsley Coman was the hero for Bayern Munich as his 59th minute header off Joshua Kimmich's cross sealed a 6th title for the Germans. Bayern Munich are the first team in Champions League history to win every game en route to winning the competition. Played behind closed doors at the Estadio Dav Luiz. This wasn't a classic final many had hoped for after both sides scored so freely throughout the competition. Neymar was denied the opener by a superb save from Manuel Neuer before Bayern's Lewandowski hits the post and had a header saved by Keylor Navas during an otherwise KG first half. Bayern's high defensive line in many ways its greatest strength also gave encouragement to the lightning faster PSG attackers led by Neymar, Angel Di Maria and Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe and Neymar spent the night on the shoulders of Bayern defenders waiting for the trigger to run in behind but failed to convert when given the opportunity. The second half hardly improved in terms of quality, with Coman providing the game's only piece of decisive attacking play. And in the final seconds, PSG went close again but saw their first half effort go begging. Big night it was for Bayern Munich, and for one man, Serge Gnabry was indeed happy after that particular encounter. Let's listen to former Arsenal man Serge Gnabry speaking on yesterday's victory.
Congratulations, Serge. A glorious season and a great night for you.
And of course, I mean, winning that trophy today is just the best thing that could have happened to us. I think all season we worked incredibly hard, the spirit that we always talked about. In the end it came through, and we're happy to be the best team in Europe.
It wasn't the slick, open game that everyone thought it was going to be. We saw a night tonight where you had to fight.
No, it wasn't. I mean, it's the final. Paris came out wanting to win. We came out wanting to win. It's always going to be a difficult game, and no one's going to give up easy. And in the end we came through, and that's all that matters tonight.
Yes, no matter how catchy and of course how tough the game was, most important thing is that Bayern Munich won the finals. Congratulations to all Bayern Munich fans worldwide this morning. Moving on the show, UEFA President Alexander Seferin has revealed that the football body are considering making one-leg Champions League and Europa League ties a permanent fixture to the tournament. Traditionally, the knockout stage in both competitions contain a home and away leg, with the aggregate winners progressing progressing to the next stage. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic, the format was changed this season with ties from the quarterfinal stage onward. One-leg affairs held in Portugal for the Champions League and Germany for the Europa League. This season's Champions League final was played between PSG and Bayern. Of course, Bayern are crowned champions of the tournament. Away from that, Sevilla coach Julian Lopetegui has disclosed the secrets behind his team's Europa League success this very season. The Spanish club claimed a record 60 Europa League title after edging Inter Milan 3-2 in Friday night's win in Cologne, despite failing. Falling behind early in the game, Sevilla fought back to emerge winners thanks to a brace from Luke de Jong and Romelu Lukaku own goal Inter's 5th minute. Goal from the spot means that Sevilla considered earlier penalty in each of their final 3 matches in the tournament, including the 1-0 quarter-final win over Wolverhampton Wanderers and the 2-1 semi-final win over Manchester United. And Lopetegui highlighted his side's resilience on a Friday. Let's listen to the voice of the manager of Sevilla speaking after their victory over Inter Milan on Friday night.
Tears of joy for Julian Lopetegui, his first managerial honour. Let's hear from him now.
Mr. Lopetegui, we saw you in tears. What does this victory, this trophy mean for you?
No, all the trophies are very special for all the coaches and for the team, for the club, for the fans, for the all. So I am very happy because we have worked very, very hard. We have a very big opponent today. It's a very difficult match. I think it's a very good match with a lot of goals, with a lot of situation to score. So, and in the end, with a big emotion. In the end, we are winners. We are very happy. I think that, in my humble opinion, we deserve to win, but we suffer a lot. And in the end, we are happy, of course.
What does it tell about your football club? The support, no spectators, but the support from the staff, from the guys in the stands, from your substitutes, from everyone. What does it tell you about your football club?
The spirit for the Sevilla spirit, our fan spirit is here. Sure, we felt that in the each match, and today is the same. So we are very happy, very proud of them. So in the end, we need to have now one beer and to have a party.
Yes, they listened to Sevilla coach Julian Lopetegui after a Friday night Europa League success over Inter Milan. Moving away from football, let's check out what's happening in the world of boxing as Dillian White has called for a rematch later in the year after Alexander Povetkin inflicted a second career defeat on him with a sensational 5th round knockout. White had dominated the opening 4 rounds and twice sent the 40-year-old Russian to the canvas. But Povetkin turned the fight on its head with a ferocious left uppercut that ended proceedings in an instant. While White approached the promoter Eddie Hearn, who had just told reporters that there was a rematch clause which will be exercised before the end of the year, and asked if he can get that rematch later in December. It was indeed a very interesting game, and of course we'll be looking forward to a rematch. Away from that, Floyd Mayweather also offered to train the former World Boxing Council heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder ahead of his rematch with Tyson Fury, and is highly confident that with his guidance the Bronze Bomber Wilder can avenge his defeat by the King. Wilder and Fury are set to do battle for a 3rd time after the Big Bright Brit scored a knockout win via a 7th round stoppage win in Las Vegas earlier in the year. Wilder has enraged after the bout was stopped, but one of his trainers, Mark Brenland, as he threw in the towel to stop his fight, taking a beating from the King. Wilder has triggered a rematch clause, and the pair must fight before February next year. That's 2021. But of course, Mayweather is ready to train the bronze bomber. That's Deontay Wilder. I will just keep our fingers crossed and see who wins at the end of the day. Touching on the NBA, look at Doncic's 3-pointer at the buzzer in overtime lifted Dallas Mavericks to 135 to 133 victory over the Los Angeles Clippers and leveled their first round of playoff series at 12. Doncic shocked off the effect of a sprained left ankle sustained on Friday and recorded his second consecutive triple-double with 43 points, 17 rebounds and 13 assists. I will need to go on this quick commercial break, and when we return, we'll be heading straight to the local scene and taking a look at updates coming from clubs in the Nigerian Professional Football League.
Breakfast your day every day with the nourishment of malt, milk and cocoa and the delicious taste of Milo.
Nestle, good food, good life.
When I see any MTN vendor, I know say I fit ask for MTN VTU. MTN VTU not be the name again, no. The name not be VTU again. Yes, so MTN Top It now the new name. But no worry, you still fit buy data, credit, and even the awoof bundles where they on top MTN network. Just find MTN retailer or use your bank USSD code. Take to Top It for your phone, and you go there alright. With MTN Top It, recharge na jeje. No need to waste your time on top scratchy recharge card. Make you no go scratch your big joy. MTN Top It no go fail you at all. So therefore, next time you want buy credit of any amount, ask for MTN Top It. Oh ho! Your credit don't finish, abi? Oh, you wrong go Top It, ja. Make yourself begin enjoy better thing.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
Orí mi wú ọmọ mi ọkùnrin gbá bọ́ọ̀lù wọnú àwọn tí wọ́n fi gbégbá orókè nínú ìdíje bọ́ọ̀lù àfẹsẹ̀gbá àti ilé ẹ̀kọ́ wọn. Ọmọ mi obìnrin náà tún gba àmì ẹ̀yẹ nínú ìdíje ijó rẹ̀. Mo dúpẹ́ púpọ̀ lọ́wọ́ Indomie noodles tèmi nìkan fún oúnjẹ aṣaralóore pàtàkì fún àṣeyọrí ẹbí mi àti fífún àwọn ọmọ mi ní okun tí ó pé láti ṣe àṣeyọrí gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìfi ọkàn wọn. Èmi ò ní fi Indomie noodles mi rọ́pò ohunkóhun nílé ayé yìí.
Ẹ̀yin màmá, ẹ jẹ́ kí àwọn ọmọ yín ṣe déédéé pẹ̀lú ìṣaralóore ti Indomie kí wọ́n bá lè jẹ́ ẹni tí ó dára jù nínú ohun gbogbo tí wọ́n bá ń ṣe.
Ẹ̀yin màmá, kí lè dúró ṣe?
Kó máa jẹ́ kí ilé rẹ̀ máa kàn. Pa gbogbo ẹbí kí gbogbo àyíká máa dọ́gbére ni o. Láti inú yàrá ìdáná lórí àwọn ìtẹ́lẹ̀. Sínkì àtàwọn nǹkan mìíràn ilẹ̀ ní ọmọ.
Òun lẹ ti gbọ́ yẹn o, kì í ṣaṣọ funfun nìkan la lára àgbẹ̀yìdá jíìkì ń fọ̀. Ẹ tún lè lò ó láti fọ ohunkóhun tàbí ibikíbi láti fọ ìdọ̀tíkídọ̀tí nílé yín. Jíìkì á pa ìdá 99% ìyẹn 99% nínú àwọn kòkòrò àrùn tó ń fa àìsàn tó máa ń wà láwọn ibi tó bá ṣí sílẹ̀. Ó yá tètè lọ ra tìyẹ báyìí.
Oh yes! ITEL is giving away lots of amazing prizes in the ITEL Buy and Win promo. Buy any of the ITEL P36, S15, and A56 series smartphones, and you stand a chance of winning great prizes like smart TVs, washing machines, air conditioners, generators, and lots more. There's more. You also get an instant gift with every ITEL P36 smartphone you buy. Promo runs from the 10th of August to the 26th of September 2020. Terms and conditions apply. ITEL. Join. Enjoy.
Welcome back. It's still Spotted Beat on Oluyole 98.5 FM and heading straight to our local stories this morning, where amid speculations about his future at Heartland Football Club, Fidelis Lichuku has distanced himself from recent reports of his purported departure from the Nazi Millionaires, insisting that the reports are fake news, but admits the cloud of uncertainty around the club portends danger and causes him a great concern. Well, in this interview that you're about to listen to, Ilechuku confessed that the current state of the club leaves much to be desired. He told reporters over the weekend that despite being owed 7 months salaries and bonuses, he is not one who will just come to the table and cancel out his contract. He says that he will adopt civil ways of leaving the club. Let's listen to Fidelis Ilechukwu speaking about issues surrounding his club and of course the way forward for the club this lovely morning.
That is not true. Although the state of things is not here is not so good because they have not paid us for 7 months. If I want to leave Atlanta, there's a proper way. I have contract. There's a way we do it, and we live in peace, not by having issues. Because I'm going to satisfy with the condition of things in National Football Club, but I don't want to blame anybody. I've begged the government to look deep into it because the most painful one is that now club are signing players. When you are online, you see what is happening. People call you that this player has gone here, this, that. And our player too, we are not 100% sure of most of our key players. And to build a structure, to build lots of methodology is not even under 1 month, and the better of even in few weeks. So looking at that, if really is going to come in October, that is why I'm lamenting concerning the condition of our Football Club. One thing is certain, I don't want to talk about my future now because I never can tell what is going to happen tomorrow. I don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. Life is always ups and downs. But for now, I'm still with Adam Football Club. I don't want my fans to look up on me in any situation or in any way. Lagos is my home. I know one day I will still come back there.
Say, listen to Fidelis Ilechukwu talking about issues surrounding his current club, talking about Heartland Football Club and how he's hold backlog of salaries and bonuses. Not only him, but of course the players of the club. Moving on this morning and to our final news for today, Plateau State Governor Simon Lalong has approved the sum of 2 billion naira to upgrade the Wankpam Stadium so that the Just Bay side can play their CAF Champions League home games in front of their fans, according to a top government official who did not want his name named. The stadium will be remodeled to meet up with CAF standard and ensure that the club's team fans share the team to victory as they play their matches at home. It will be recalled that Plateau United represented Nigeria in the CAF Champions League back in 2018, but they were forced to play their home matches away from home. It was actually played away from home because CAF rejected the new Just Stadium and Plateau United were forced to play their international home matches in Kano and Lagos. But the government right now is saying that don't worry, the stadium will be remodeled and it will surely be approved by CAF. Well, that will be all on Sporting Beat this lovely morning. A big thanks to everyone who's been part of today's production, and bigger thanks to you for listening. The show returns tomorrow morning, God willing. Until then, do have a lovely day and stay safe.